I can't believe it. It was him. It's going to be all right, Miss Rhyme. Yeah, sure. It sounds cliche, but my childhood was an absolute nightmare. Where are you looking? I'm here. BK Rhyme.
Get out of here, you hamster!
And that rich jerk is Lester Gribble. I hated him, but at the same time, I was in love with him. That's so embarrassing.
I will never like such a poor and ugly girl.
Why did I hang out at his house at all? My dad worked as a personal chef for Mr. Gribble Sr., Lester's dad. Ugh, he was such a nasty old man. Why am I talking in past tense? Well, one day, there was a party at the Gribble's house. I was waiting for Dad to be done with work when I saw something weird.
The cook is such a jerk. Would have been such a cool prank.
Dad!
Take your hands off me.
Mr. Gribble Sr. died after eating something. He was terribly allergic to seafood, and half an hour before his death, Lester had thrown out a rotten shrimp. Was it coincidence? I didn't think so. Except they blamed the cook for everything. That was how my terrible childhood in an orphanage began. I had no one but my dad to look after me. Here's me as an adult. Why am I crying? Let me rewind. As you can see, I grew up a real beauty. After college, I opened a small catering agency with my friend Joe. Everything was going well until...
Hi, BK. You got a letter.
I'm listening. Dad died in prison. There were only 2 days left until his release. It was so unfair. He asked the letter to be delivered to me after his death. If you're reading this, it means I'm dead. You should know that the letter was so old, it was no longer possible to distinguish the words. To find out what Dad had wanted to say, I brought it to a restorer. He set to work but warned me it would take time.
Here's your cure for sadness. Ta-da!
Joe was a great guy, but every week I had to come up with a new excuse not to go on a date with him. He was like a brother to me, you know? He wouldn't give up, though.
Right, let's get to work. We've been getting calls from the bank. If we don't pay off the loan, we'll lose the agency.
I know, but there hasn't been many clients lately. If only someone would come in and say, "Hello, I want to order catering."
Hello? I want to order catering.
Joe and I almost choked on our coffees. Joe was overjoyed. Well, I realized that the well-groomed and handsome guy in front of me was the jerk Lester I used to know as a kid. He had ruined my life. I had to live in orphanage after orphanage, and my father had died in prison because of him. Meanwhile, he got an inheritance and lived without a worry in the world. I wanted to throw something heavy at him and show him the door. But then I looked at his stupid face and realized that Lester hadn't recognized me. Ha! Of course he didn't. I decided to use the chance and take revenge on Lester. Please, have a seat. My name is Kay. Just Kay. I spent the whole night searching for information about Gribble Jr. on the internet. In the morning, when I came to him to discuss the details of the order, I already knew about his international business, collections of sports cars, and bride, Miss Malibu 2020. Fake as they come. What a nice life you have, scumbag. Coming up with a plan was easy. I needed to destroy everything Lester held dear. As a bonus, I wanted to break his heart, as he had once broken mine.
I will never like such a poor and ugly girl.
We'll see about that. So, it will be a reception in honor of your birthday? Oh.
This is my fiancée, Mary Sue.
Nice to meet you. Great body tan you have there. Who is this?
This is Kay. She's helping me organize this celebration.
So, we aren't going to Bali? Please, Lester. I was going to prepare a surprise for you.
Mary, please, not in front of other people. This reception isn't just for me, but also for my company's partners. It's very important for my business. The company is facing problems right now, I told you.
Blah, blah, blah. Mr. Boring. Seems there was trouble in paradise. I figured out how to get rid of my rival.
Sorry about this, Kay. Where were we?
We discussed the order, and I was going back to my office when I accidentally heard something interesting. Mom, Lester doesn't love me at all.
You idiot! Who cares about love? The most important thing is that he is rich.
Yeah, but I wanted to surprise him.
My God. I hope you weren't planning to tell him you had been on the cover of a men's magazine.
Oh no. Lester can't find out what I'm doing before I met him, or how old I really am.
Then act like a lady, for God's sake.
Well. Joe, could you dig something up for me? While everyone was enjoying the party, Joe and I, as the organizers, were overseeing everything. The reception was a success, but Lester still had a big surprise waiting for him. This is for the 7th table. Is everything ready?
Yeah, but BK, are you sure revenge will make you happy? So much time has already passed. You were children. You could have misunderstood something.
Joe, my dear, just help me crush this jerk, and I promise I'll go on a date with you.
Now we're talking.
Joe helped me find an interesting video, and now we wanted all the guests to enjoy it.
This is my fiancée, Mary Sue.
Do you mind if I join your bachelor party?
Oh, yeah, baby!
Mary, what is the meaning of this?
This? Why is it showing this?
You've embarrassed me.
Oops. Now, follow the plan and go up to Lester's office. I want to see his face when he discovers my gift. I was young. I needed money.
God, what else don't I know about you? And what's this?
I can't explain everything.
I can't believe this is the woman I was going to marry.
You are a jerk. I only loved your money. While Lester was dealing with all the drama, Joe stole a tablet from his office. Well done. Well, our work here is done, Mr. Gribble.
Thank you, Kay. You know, you actually... No, never mind.
My buddy's kid even hacked it.
You're a miracle worker.
The bank has sent us a second notification.
Yes. I'll just finish dealing with Lester first. He will get what he deserves.
I thought what we did would be enough.
Oh, I'm just getting started. There was nothing compromising on the tablet. However, I found Lester's schedule for the week. Well, I knew just how to use it. Ouch!
Are you hurt? Kay, what a pleasant surprise.
Yes, I like to run here in the mornings, you know? I knew exactly where and when Lester would appear. I knew his favorite places to go to, books, movies, what kind of coffee he preferred, and where he liked to have dinner. So, I kept bumping into him and pretending it was all by accident. You're going to fall in love with me, Lester Gribble Jr.
I had no doubt I'd meet you here, Kay. This is Crime and Punishment. I love this novel.
Really? Me too! Lester's smile grew wider each time we met. He didn't miss his Mary Sue for long. Yes, Joe?
Mind telling me why the hell there are only a few cents left on the agency's account?
Joe, I took some money to rent a car.
What? BK, you're completely...
A candlelit dinner.
Okay.
Is the car ready? Right on schedule.
Kay, it seems we like the same type of cars. What happened to you?
I batted my eyelashes and said I got a flat tire. That idiot gave me his spare and, as expected, finally asked me out.
Kay, you're amazing. We have so much in common. I think it's fate.
We started dating and I often hung out at Lester's place. I decided to do a couple more dirty tricks before dumping him and breaking his heart. Joe could never refuse me and came to the rescue again. I turned off the security cameras in Lester's whole house and let him into the garage. Cut a couple of wires under the hood, let him fork out for repairs, and I'll make sure no one comes in. Joe texted me after doing that and left. I turned the cameras back on. But soon, black smoke started pouring out of the garage. What have you done? Joe, there's a fire in the garage!
Something must have short-circuited.
Are you kidding me? Although, that's even better. Good job, Joe. Except my joy was short-lived. It turned out that Lester's car collection was insured for a huge sum. So, just like after dumping his stripper bride, Lester wasn't upset for long. Heck! Have you robbed a bank?
Lester's Japanese partners came by. They are organizing an event for 100 guests. They need great catering. This is just the advance payment. Just in time, too. because I'm completely broke. I'll have to sleep in my car soon.
I was glad things at the agency were looking up, but my revenge had reached a dead end. I was almost ready to give up when karma finally caught up to Lester for the sins of his past.
Mr. Lester Gribble, I have a warrant for your arrest.
What? I demand an explanation.
You're suspected of insurance fraud.
This is nonsense. Take your hands off me.
Wow, it seemed Lester had run out of luck. His partners were shocked and said they would not make any deals with such a person. By the evening, Lester was released on bail, but he was in debt up to his, well, you get it.
Just imagine that the insurers found out that before the fire, someone had deliberately turned off the surveillance cameras in the house and then turned them back on. They think that since my business was facing problems, I had decided insurance fraud was the answer.
Honey, I'm so sorry. Sorry? Ha! I was elated! Gribble's business was slowly collapsing. He was selling his property and spending all his money on lawyers. But I was worried that Lester would get away with everything again, just like when he had been a kid and got away with every nasty thing he did. And I figured out how to finish Lester off.
It's so dark and creepy here.
There are power issues after yesterday's thunderstorm. Thank you for coming here.
Are you ready? I'd like to go to bed early. I have a meeting with my lawyer tomorrow.
Of course, sweetie. I'm going to the bathroom. Could you put these documents in the safe?
Sweetie? I like that. And the code?
It's my birthday. At night, I secretly came back to the office, took out the money, and hid it at home. All that was left to do in the morning was put on a performance. Everything was fine when I was leaving. That was our client's money. Not a single camera was working because of the thunderstorm. I'm finished.
Not on my shift. We'll find the robber. There are no signs of breaking and entering. Who knew the code to the safe?
Who? Just me and Joe, my partner, although, come to think of it, my boyfriend Lester Gribble Jr. knew it as well. He's having a hard time right now, but he couldn't have done that to me.
We will check all possibilities. Here's my business card. If you remember anything else, call.
Soon, it was confirmed that Lester's fingerprints were at the crime scene, and, of course, he was called in for questioning. So it was you! Lester, I trusted you!
Baby, I swear, I have nothing to do with this.
Except, he wasn't the only one who was called in for questioning. Joe was a suspect as well. His fingerprints were on the safe. Everyone in the city knew how much he needed money, and someone had even seen him near the office that night. I didn't want to frame Joe. I had to think fast. This is BK Rhyme. I remembered something. The night of the robbery, I was out for a run, and I saw a guy running out of the office wearing a mask. It was a Spider-Man mask, right? Joe, Lester, and some other poor guy had to take part in an investigative experiment. I was called in as a witness.
Do you recognize any of them?
Of course, I recognized Lester by his height and pointed at him. The one in the middle.
It's him. Take off your masks. Number 3, move forward.
What? You're nuts. Get your hands off me. Off, I said.
I can't believe it.
It's going to be all right, Miss Rhyme.
Justice has finally been served.
Kay, what's happening? They want to charge me. Tell them what really happened.
You fool. Have you really forgotten me? I reminded Lester of all the times he had bullied me when we were kids and told him we had both lost our fathers because of his prank.
You're insane. I didn't do anything like that. I became an orphan too, in case you didn't notice. And I'm sorry. I really was a jerk back then.
It's too late to be sorry. Let's be honest. You deserve to be in jail. Bye.
BK, what are you doing here?
Joe, I took the money from the safe to frame Lester. I hid it at home and will bring it back to the office in the morning. I'm sorry you got involved.
To hell with the money. It's finally over. We can be together.
Here's the thing, Joe. I lied so that you would help me get revenge. I only see you as a friend, and I will never date you. Well, see you tomorrow then?
I can't believe it.
That's the happy ending, right? Unfortunately, no. In the evening, the cops came over, searched my place, and found the money. It turned out that Joe had told the police everything. Well, he probably had the right to be angry.
You'll have to come with us, Miss Rhyme.
Well, how's my client doing?
Lousy. Any news?
Yes, but not good ones. Mr. Gribble has been cleared of all charges and released. Joe hasn't paid off the loan and the bank got your agency. But I brought you bail.
It's a letter from my father! Finally, it's been restored! If you're reading this, it means I'm dead. You should know that.
I deserved to spend all these years in prison. Gribble Sr. put me out of business. I waited for a chance to get revenge. One evening, I kicked out a brat that was serving the guests rotten shrimp and put poison in Gribble Sr.'s food. I'd been carrying it with me for a long time. You were young then, and they didn't tell you the truth. I'm sorry. I just wanted you to know the thirst for revenge ruined my life. Don't repeat my mistakes. Love, Dad.
I wanted to tell you a story about justice, but in the end, it turned into a story about me losing everything. My business, freedom, and good friend of Joe. I ruined my life and Lester's too. He was a horrible kid, but he grew up to be a decent guy, and most importantly, he is innocent. Sorry, Dad, but your advice came too late. And then a security guard showed up and said that I had been bailed out. But who would do that for me? Lester, did you bail me out?
I had to spend the last of my savings, but, I really care about you. We've hurt each other a lot, but damn it, can we try again?
What's the point? We are dirt poor. I'm going to be tired. It's over.
I have one last dollar left. Let's have coffee and try to think of a plan.
Sounds like the beginning of something good.